Round for Round Boxing Association with BWTM Sports, www.roundforroundboxing.com. All the latest news on Round for Round Boxing, new boxing game coming out on PC, Xbox, and PS4. Check out BWTM Sports and our playlist, which has got all the latest videos from Round for Round Boxing, or just check out www.roundforroundboxing.com. Well, it's good to be back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. This is going to be a bit of a long one, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one. It's great to see you all again. And Wilson C, good to see you in the room. Kenny, my man, have I got some stuff to talk to you about? If you talk about conspiracy theories, I got a big one for you, which I'll share with you a little later. Off camera, I'll share with you. Yes, we're going to talk about AJ. We're going to talk about Freddie Roach, but it's something else I want to talk about before I get to AJ, Freddie Roach. I want to back up a bit. I want to talk about an interview I did a few days ago with a gentleman by the name of Asghar Tahir, the assistant trainer to Ben Davison. Ben Davison, the man that came under a lot of fire beforehand with training Tyson Fury. A lot of people didn't know what Ben Davison. Hello, Hamza. I hope you're well. Didn't know what Ben Davison was all about. We certainly found out a lot more about him. And then we got Freddie Roach's take on things. So I spoke to Asghar Tahir and read a few comments over Twitter. And I think people don't quite get the idea of what the whole aim of what BWTM Sports is attempting or trying or has done over the years. When we are in a position to interview people, you can sit down and listen to interview with me. If I want to do that and I don't want to include people in an interview, it's very simple. I just don't include people in an interview. I do a one-on-one interview with somebody and that's it. But when it's a live interview and we've got people in the room, why not open the floor up for guests to get questions answered? So if there's a guest in the room and people want to ask questions, why not allow them to ask questions? Regardless how silly that question may be in your eyes and your mindset, it's as long as it's not disrespectful, or bigoted or racist or anything like that, and it's a reasonable enough question. I don't think there's a problem why, if I'm asking them a question on that person's behalf, I don't see why there should be a problem with it. But the last time I did a video on this last interview with Asghar, there's a few people that commented on Twitter, was like, oh, I don't like Ingram's last interview with you. Well, it was hardly an interview. I've known Asghar for many years. It wasn't an interview. It was a conversation, like a conversation at a pub and with mates, and other mates have come in and asked questions and I've asked them on their behalf. So people like to jump on things, and we're in a society today where a lot of people are very negative. They'll jump on something just for sensationalism, or just to see. A lot of hypocrites in the world. They'll say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Or why are you doing this? And then you look in their own lives doing the same thing anyway. And boxing is no different to anything else in life. There's rights and wrongs with everything, and there's the fine line as well. So I'm sorry if you don't like live shows, if you don't like the idea of people jumping in and having a free speech and saying what they have to say, just don't watch don't watch the live shows and check out the live interviews. And for those of you who like it and like the idea of being able to sit down and talk to people that you know or would like to know more about fighters, trainers, promoters, managers, whatever, of course, this is the platform for that. And that's all we've been trying to do. Bringing the world closer to you. That is BWTM. Okay, so big news on BWTM. We're at Christmas time now. For those of you who are celebrating Christmas, well, Merry Christmas to you. For those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, happy festive season to you as well. So we have a lot. I'm trying to learn more about Round for Round Boxing Game. www.roundforroundboxing.com. It's there. www.roundforroundboxing.com, or just check out our playlist on the channel. It's there clearly on the channel. You go down the BWTM Sports channel, Round for Round Boxing, all the fighters that have joined the Round for Round stable, including interviews with those people behind the game, and of course BWTM actually in the game itself within the graphics. So check that out as well. We are the official channel for all things round for round boxing. Or we will get people back from round for round, hopefully before the end of the year, with some updated news. Right. So before I go any further, let me talk about the BWTM collection. Let's see if we can pull this up to see if this all works tonight. Right. The BWTM collection starts with the BWTM Cup of Success. That is it. You can get yourself a cup of success. Drink your cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of cha, hot chocolate, Horlicks, whatever. The BWTM Cup, that's what it is, 2018. It is available now. The link is in the description box. The BWTM collection, we've got a cup. We have got a mobile phone case, I think for iPhones and for Androids. We also have a little kind of carrier bag as well, stickers. We're going to be getting a BWTM hoodie. For the ladies, there'll be BWTM leggings and socks. So check it out, BWTM. The BWTM collection has arrived on BWTM. So if you're fortunate enough, you go across you can actually see all the things. You can go to the link in the description box, or you can just simply go across to BWTM YouTube channel. And within the YouTube channel, you'll see that's what's available at the moment, and any of our YouTube videos. So check it out, BWTM collection, the BWTM Cup of Success. Drink with us a cup of success to celebrate 2018 and all the good things that have happened. And the not so good things, but let's drink about the success and the good times. With all failures, has been great success that have come from those failures. So there you are, BWTM Cup. This is on the front of the cup. You'll see the BWTM logo. Inspire, educate, and that is deliberately inspire, not inspire, inspire. Inspire internal, inspire external, educate and empower. And at the back of that cup, it will say the big words, subscribe. So enjoy. So that's the BWTM cup. I hope you enjoy that. So let's get me back on this studio. I'm still learning how to do this all, so bear with me. Back in the studio we are here. Right. Hear what people have got to say about that. Good evening, Rays. I hope you saw the BWTM Cup. I feel like most people don't understand the concept of BWTM and its goals. They are heavily deceived and very confused. It's okay. You know, it's okay. Sometimes you give them understand it. You know, it's better to overstand than to understand. Stand under, if you get what I mean. Right, so let's get on to our first topic of the evening. In fact, we're going to talk about Freddie Roach, the Hall of Fame trainer, the man behind really Manny Pacquiao. And, well, I heard the fuss. A lot of people talking about, oh, Freddie Roach, what a dreadful interview he did. Oh, he sold out Ben Davidson, terrible stuff. And one trainer did ask me, quite a well-respected trainer, asked my opinion on it. I was surprised he even asked me. He said, Ingrid, what do you think about it? And I didn't see the interview, but I had an idea about it. And I want to break this down before I go into the Freddie Roach situation with Ben Davison. And I'm not just going to talk about boxing there, because it works across just in business in general. Now, as a sports coach, what can happen within sport is that you're a coach, you've got your own, you've learned from somebody, you've got your own ideas, and then you want to go out and see how good those ideas, experiment, find out how good you are, learn, and then you go out and you've got your own business. Often within coaching, and coaching can be a very secretive thing where you're, even in boxing coaching, you know, this coach won't allow that coach to come into camp because they're scared of people taking their ideas or take people replicating, or the situation with Freddie Roach and Ben Davison can come across as if it's exposing people. So it's a very, you know, when you bring in somebody into camp, you always wonder whether they're going to say something that may expose them, or, you know, somebody's going to try and nick your ideas. for me, when you bring in Freddie Roach into camp, why are you bringing Freddie Roach into camp first and foremost? Are you bringing Freddie Roach into camp because you like the guy, the personality? Are you bringing Freddie Roach in because you've caught up in all the LA Hollywood sort of thing and it's nice to be seen with him? Are you with Freddie Roach because you've seen what he's done with Manny Pacquiao and other great fighters and you want to be able to rub shoulders with Freddie Roach? Or do you want Freddie Roach's counsel and you feel a bit uneasy about your own knowledge and you thought you should bring another trainer in for another set of eyes? It's just, what have you brought Freddie Roach in? Now, when I heard Freddie Roach was coming into camp and I heard he was his cutsman, I'm like, wait, hold on. You're a young man. Nobody knows much about you. Tyson knows something about you, and those closest would know how good you are or how not so good you are, whichever the case may be. You bring in an experienced Hall of Fame trainer into camp, and you've got him there as a cutsman? Really? A cutsman? Okay. American trainer. And then we have to talk about philosophy. I'm breaking this down. Philosophies. Freddie Roach, we know, is not a guy that teaches defense. He teaches attack, attack, attack. Even Freddie Roach doesn't care. He'll attack to the point where his fighters get knocked out and punished for it. Perfect example, Pacquiao won Manuel Marquez. When Pacquiao was in a position to win that fight, Pacquiao was boxing well, despite getting knocked down. But no, Roach, we're going to knock Marquez out. Make no mistake about it. We're knocking Marquez out. Well, you could have boxed a nice points win, or you could have stopped Marquez late in that fight. But oh no, you had to go for the knockout. So he said, you get knocked out. Another situation, Amir Khan, we're going to knock out Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia had never been knocked out. Eric Morales, a much bigger puncher than Khan, proven at that weight class. And you're going to try and knock out Danny Garcia. And your chin is fragile. You're going to go out there and go hell for leather. Instead of the trainer kind of pipe him down and say, hey, yo, pipe down. Use your superior hand speed in this fight. No, we're going for the knockout against a guy who's got a cast iron chin. So what happens? Khan overcommits and gets knocked out. Again, this is Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is... Now, you bring... I'm just giving an example. If you've got the Karate Kid, yeah, in a stable, and he's got a stable and he's got his fighters there, and the Karate Kid says, I want Mr. Miyagi to come in and have a look, or Mr. Miyagi to help me out with my fight. He's got a big fight coming up. I want Mr. Miyagi to come in. And Mr. Miyagi comes in, and you say, Mr. Miyagi, you know what? I want you to come in, but I want you to come in as a, you can be my second, not even my second. You can be my, you sweep the floor. But just keep an eye and see what's going on. I'm the boss. You just keep things cool, yeah? Mr. Miyagi's in there. Mr. Miyagi says, hey, I don't like what's going on there. I don't like what's going on there because that's not right. That's not what I taught you, or that's not the way I see it. That's Mr. Miyagi. Who would dare question Mr. Miyagi? And Mr. Miyagi, you then interview Mr. Miyagi, and Mr. Miyagi says, you know what? I didn't like what I saw. Mr. Miyagi's open, honest. I didn't like what I saw. I think he could have done better. And these are the reasons why I think he could have done better. So Roach was giving and you asking somebody of their opinion. Don't then slam the man for having an opinion. Could Roach have handled it better? Possibly. He could have spoken to Ben Davis behind closed doors and had that conversation. But maybe Roach is like, hey, let me get something quite clear here. That wasn't my strategy. That wasn't the way I would have gone about things. Me, 7-time Hall of Famer trainer, you called me in, you go me as a cutsman, and you didn't even listen to me. And this is what you get as a draw. Nah, I'm not going to take responsibility for that. No, as far as I'm concerned, he had a fight earlier on in the night, and he was training the guy the same way he's training a guy of a lighter weight to a heavyweight. That's something an experienced trainer would say, not just Roach. I've heard it said by several trainers. You can't train a lightweight the way you train a heavyweight. But Roach was saying he couldn't see the difference between why Davison was doing what he was doing. Was Roach right or wrong for saying that out in the public? Well, that's debatable. But it's Freddie Roach you're dealing with here, and he'll just say what he's got to say. Freddie Roach has got a history of saying things that are not particularly popular. I would like DJ Slick for you to go back and do me a very, 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 very big favor and go back and look at the video with Radio Raheem interviewing Freddie Roach after Alex Sarisa kicks him. I want you to go and look at that video very carefully and see if you spot something very important. Take a look at that. It's a very revealing video. It takes things to another dimension altogether. If you watch carefully, it's very quick what happens, but you should see it. Go and check that video out and come back and talk to me about it later. But okay, back to Freddie Roach. So stuff that I said here on this channel, and you can quote me for, I said, people were making a big fuss. Oh, Tyson won that fight. I said, first of all, you don't go to America and say you're going to try and win a fight off the back foot and get knocked down twice and people say you dominate a fight. You cannot dominate a fight being knocked down twice in a fight. That's not domination. That's not domination. And he didn't win every single round apart from that. There was 1 or 2 rounds where Tyson was getting hit flush with the jab. Yes, Tyson probably had more rounds where he boxed better than Deontay Wilder. I'm not disputing that. But I said it here on this channel. When you get knocked down twice in a fight, that does not constitute you dominating the fight. So I'm listening to Freddie Roach say it. I'm thinking, well, I said the same shit as well. But Freddie Roach says it. It's acceptable. People say Roach is being salty. Why would he be salty? Yeah, I'd be salty if you brought me into camp and used me as a damn cuts man. As a damn cuts man. What the hell does Ricky Hatton know that Freddie Roach don't know? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there in terms of status and what Roach has done. Okay? So, and you're looking at 2 different ideologies. 2 totally different ideologies. Ben Davison's like, you know what? We're taking a fight here and we're going to be safety first. Freddie Roach is, we're taking this fight here. You've taken a contract. You signed the fight. Go knock the man out. Ben Davison, later on in his life, in maybe 4 or 5 years or 2 or 3 years, or even a year from now, may turn around and say, you know what? What Freddie said there, I kind of agree with. Maybe I'll get to that point as a trainer. He might not be there yet. Should he have done what he said out in public? Nobody knows exactly why Freddie said what he said, why he said it. Some people will say, well, Freddie said because he's a bit of an idiot. He's an idiot for saying that. There's nothing he said there in that interview, in my personal opinion, that wasn't constructive. What he said was constructive. It was constructive. Could you take away as a trainer what Freddie Roach said about Davidson, and then say, well, okay, how can we move forward with this? There was lots of gems of information there. He talks about how he needs to look at how he's training lighter fighters to heavier fighters, and there needs to be a change in that, in the way he's looking at it. Maybe Ben can look at it differently in the way he trains fighters. Maybe Ben can only train one way. I don't know. But as a trainer, as a coach, I'm listening to what he's saying. Okay, there were opportunities where we could have gone for the knockout. Okay, maybe as a coach, I was a bit too cautious. But then listen to who it's coming from. Freddie Roach, who has other fighters that have gambled and got knocked out, but in the process of won fights as well by knockout. You bring a guy into camp that if you've studied the game like you claim to have studied the game, or people are giving you credit for studying the game, you would know that bringing Freddie Roach into camp is not best for what you're trying to achieve. Because, like I said in a previous video, Freddie Roach coming into camp means that you're trying to get your guy knocked out. And you're bringing in a strategy in with a guy who is going to try and knock you out. So Ben Davison's style, in terms of fighting Wilder, it's understandable because you're fighting the biggest puncher in the world. You want to make sure you're not getting hit, but you'll land your own punches. So Ben was trying to look after his fighter. Understandable. There was a point we talked about Ben seeing Tyson on the canvas and being a bit over emotional. That's experience. That is experience. How many times has Ben seen the heavyweight champion of the world, who he's been working with for all the linear heavyweight champion of the world, laid out on a canvas flat like that in a big fight in Vegas? After thinking it in your mind, I've got this fight, I've got him, he's gonna be heavyweight champion of the world, and he's laid out flat. That's my friend, that's my mate, that's my buddy. I want to see he's okay. But Roach has done it for so many years now. It's just partly desensitized. Fighter gets knocked out. Okay, that's part of the game. That's part of the game. And there's times where he's got fighters that he hasn't got real much attachments for, fight by fight process, contracts. And some fighters are close to him. Some fighters are not. Some fighters have left Roach. It's a long road. So when I hear some of the things Freddie Roach said, there were a lot of things were constructive. Freddie Roach shouldn't sit and even say, oh, you know what? That Ben's a waste of space, you know. He's useless. If he'd said that, I can understand people being really upset about it. Salty? Well, Ben Davison is partly to blame for it. Why are you bringing a guy into the camp, a Hall of Fame trainer, that's going to have a massive ego as it is and have him as a cutsman? Really? And you're a rookie in boxing terms, in terms of how the world knows you. You're not an established name. Do you get me? So I'm trying to paint a different sort of picture. Again, I'm not sure why Freddie went about his approach. They asked him questions. He answered the questions in the way he felt comfortable with. And that's Freddie Roach for you. So we can have all our opinions on what Freddie Roach said and how he said it, but that is how Freddie Roach is. So I think Ben can learn from this situation. The other thing he could have said is this. Hey, listen, that's what contracts are in place for. That's what, if there's contracts for sparring partners, say, listen, you come into this camp, you keep your mouth shut. You come into this camp, even if you drop our fighter, I don't want you talking about it. You can't bring a camera into the camp. You can't talk about it. I don't want no mobile phones in here. That's it. We're paying you to be a sparring partner, not a reporter or snitch, right? So what happens in sparring stays in sparring. Sign a contract. Don't sign a contract, you don't get paid. You don't, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Contracts. So what Ben should have done is, you come into this camp, you work with me, sign that contract. Anything happens in and out of this camp is nobody else's goddamn business. Sign that dotted line, non-disclosure, done. And if Roach had gone and took that crap on live on TV, as so many people are offended by it, then Ben was saying, right, I'll see you in court. Because he would have gone past the whole non-disclosure thing. Things you could talk about, things you can't talk about. But if you didn't put that in place and you were looking at Freddie Roach like a fanboy, I'm not saying he was, but if you're looking at Freddie Roach like a fanboy and like Freddie Roach is like, he's so great and he trained Pacquiao and it'd be great to have him in Tyson camp and his experience is so great. And Freddie Roach, if you were on that tip, then you deserve what happened to you then. So there was no protection. So my overall thing is, if you don't sign non-disclosures, that's what can happen to us all. So non-disclosure possibly could have been a way to have dealt with that. So that's Freddie Roach for you, but Freddie Roach has got a history of these things. So it's not the first time Freddie has said something that's controversial, and probably won't be the last thing. But that just tells you where he's at and what his mindset is. They're from two different worlds. Ben is safety first. Freddie Roach, knockout or be knocked out. That's it. So that's my situation or viewpoint on the whole Freddie Roach situation. I've been talking all about this, and you know what? At the time, here we go. There we are. Good old Freddie there on first game, fair game with Kirsty Leah. Fair game. Was it a fair game? Do you think it was fair game with Freddie Roach? They asked him the questions. He answered the questions. So Freddie knew what he was doing all along. So, okay. So what are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about it personally? Was Freddie Roach out of order? Okay. I want to talk about another individual, another man I'd like to talk about for a second. Let's see if I can bring him up. I don't know if I've got him here. I don't think I've got him up. Right. In terms of trainers, let me come back to studio. Studio plays. Studio plays. Where's the studio? Right. in terms of trainers, I did an interview a few nights ago with the trainer of Jamil Charlo and Errol Spence Jr. His name is Derek James. Derek James says he would like to train Deontay Wilder. And Derek James says he needs to learn how to box. He needs boxing fundamentals. And he said what he will do with Wilder is rip his whole style apart and rebuild. He said, I'll rip the house down and restart and rebuild the house. That's what Derek James thinks of Deontay Wilder. It's interesting, huh? So if you want to know more about that interview, check it out on BWTM Sports. It's now available. So check that interview out. Very interesting from Derek James. Okay, so the next interview. interviews. This man, Hercules, the baddest man on the planet. Oh, the bad man. One bad man, as it says on First Take. Oh dear, Anthony Joshua. I'm talking to Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. Not in the studio, but via green screen. He was talking to Anthony Joshua. But here are my thoughts on this. Well, let me take you back a bit. This is pretty hilarious for me because if we take things back, let's go back at a time where we heard that Anthony Joshua was not going to be facing Deontay Wilder till 2020. Then we heard about the 50 million. We all know about that saga. Was it going to happen? Wasn't it going to happen? Was it going to happen? Wasn't going to happen. It didn't happen. Then we heard his promoter say Fury versus Wilder won't happen. It's not going to happen. Won't happen. Not going to happen. Won't happen. Not going to happen. Oh, it's happening. Fight happens. Then we got here all the other stuff. I don't listen to his promoter no more because it's all Pinocchio, the stories of Pinocchio. So I don't listen. So before I even heard the interview, I heard people talking about clips of AJ talking. Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, April, isn't that the time you're fighting Dillian White? I'm sure that's the time you're meant to be fighting Dillian White or Derek Chisora. I thought that was what the date was secured for. I didn't think you secured the date for Joshua. I get it. Right. There's a possibility that Frank Warren may put on a fight in April with Wilder and Fury, the second fight. And if they did that, that would shut down or basically shut your shit down. So you've got to come out now as the big bad Hercules and say, I want to fight Wilder and I want to fight Fury and I've got the date and I've got the place and I've been scheduling all along. You liar. You liar. You absolute liar. And here's the point here that made me laugh the most. I want to take you back to the days of Lennox Lewis, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Before Lennox became undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox would often look to the camera, down the camera and say, Tyson, I'm coming for you. He'd say, Evander, I'm coming. Lennox would tell you, he'd look at you and tell you, you remember Riddick Bowe and Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis? I'm going to knock you out. You ain't going to knock nothing out. You bum, you bum, you bum. Remember all that? Lennox spoke it, said it, and was about it. Anthony Joshua, the most telling thing, if you go back and play that interview 3 or 4 times, and all he talk about, oh, I handle my business and I've made 7 defenses of my title and da-da-da-da. It sounded all media trained. But I want to see the man's real intent and the man's real passion that he wants to fight Wilder. I want to see that. What I got was a guy that was very well choreographed. When it came to looking down the camera now to send a message to Deontay Wilder, I didn't get that. I got, yeah. He sat back in a chair and he went, yeah, I want everyone to know that I want to fight them too. What kind of lame stuff is that? You're meant to be, well, that's the opportunity. You look back in the camera, you go back, you'll go, Wilder, I want to fight you April. That's it. I want you. or Tyson, I want you. I want to fight you. April's the date. Let's make it happen. Don't talk about no, oh, I don't want no fairy tale contract or no fantasy contract. Listen, all or nothing, best man win. Let's make it happen in the UK. You're the man. I've got 4 belts or 4 belts. You got a belt coming to the table. I respect you as a champion. I've got more belts on the line. It's going to be in the UK. Listen, you think you're bad enough you can beat me? Come to the UK. Here's the date. Here's the time. Let's make it happen. I'm willing to even cut a deal. I'll cut a deal to make this fight happen, to show I'm the baddest man on the planet. That's how you sell a fight. Not sit back in the chair and go, yeah, I just want the world to know that I'll fight either of them. What kind of stuff is that? You want the world to know? Well, the world knows you want a fight, Wilder and Fury, but you've got to address them. You've got to look down at camera and say, hey, Wilder, I'm coming for you. In fact, I tell you what, I'm getting on the next plane. I'm hopping to America. I'm coming for the fight for you. Remember Steve Collins? Steve Collins back in the day when he wanted to fight Roy Jones. He was going to knock at Roy Jones' door for the fight. Those are people who are really chasing the fight. Lennox Lewis, when he was chasing Mike Tyson in the fight. Evander Holyfield, when he was chasing the fight with Evander Holyfield, we saw how that happened. Wilder, Fury, we saw how easy that fight was made. So I'm not, when you sit back in the chair and say, and it all started off okay. He went back in the chair and like, oh yes, he's asserting himself. He's going to say something. Right, I'm the man. He go back and look at the video again. I was going, oh my God. He put his head back in the chair and went, yeah, yeah. I just want the world to know, yeah, I'll fight them men. I'm like, what? What's that? And to me, that just sounded to me that you were just putting a doorstop. You were just putting somebody there to say, yeah, I'll fight them men. Just make sure that that date in April is okay and you don't interfere with that date. To scupper plans for Fury Wilder 2. That's all that is. Smoke screens. So I thought he was going to fight Dillian Whyte. I thought there's a wild card opponent. I thought that Usyk was going to fight. Then I heard, what about Klitschko? I heard Klitschko was floating around. So, tell me. You tell me, boxing fans. You tell me. That's what a real champion handles his business. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Anthony Joshua isn't the best heavyweight in the world. I'm not saying that. Neither am I saying he is. But he's handling his business in the ring, but he's not handling his business out of the ring like a champion. In the sense that how he's portraying himself as a man that's hungry to become champion. If you want to become undisputed heavyweight champion, your ass should have been in America, sitting down, watching Wilder and Fury fight. And you should have been there the minute that fight was over. You should have been there. Not Floyd Mayweather, not Evander Holyfield, not Lennox Lewis. You should have been there, sitting down like a king on a throne saying, them guys can't test me. Them guys can't beat me. Actually, should be there. Them guys can't beat me. Just there. I'm the man. I am the man. I'm going to come in your backyard. I'm going to sit in the arena. I'm going to look at you and tell you, you're not the man. I'm the man. And just by you being in the arena, forget all the PR rubbish for a second, just by you being in the arena, the presence of you being in the room, the unified champion, the man who's coming to take the titles is in the arena on the night. That sends a huge message. That stops all the crap about he don't want to fight him and he's trying to duck this one. Leave Eddie Hearn behind. Come to America with your boys. Sit down and say, I'm the king. This is how it's going to rock. But that's not how it came across. That's not how it came across. And so therefore, people have got question marks. Lennox didn't leave any question marks behind. And if Anthony Joshua's not sure about how he goes about this business, about getting his message across, let him talk to Lennox. I'm not sitting down here and telling you Lennox Lewis was the best talker in the world, because he certainly wasn't. I'm Lennox Lewis. He just wasn't. You know, I want Mike Tyson next. He wasn't the greatest talker until Lennox got mad. Then he started talking Jamaican. Sin, boyaka. But that was Lennox for you. Lennox was a champion, is a champion, and he made you know he was a champion. He made you know he was in the room. Do you understand? Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson avoided Lennox Lewis. He went to court. Lennox took him to court to get the fight and dropped the WBC title to avoid fighting Lennox Lewis, rather than go down the road and fight Evander Holyfield instead. And it backfired. Holyfield beat him up. That is why boxing fans, true boxing fans, and not people interested in gate fees or how much this money's fans making in the country. Nobody gives a damn about how much money you're making. People want to know what type of a champion you are. And I heard this some story about Joshua versus Klitschko was one of the greatest fights in the UK. Really? A man that had already been beat by a guy 2 years previous, right? He's only been knocked out on several occasions and was basically on a couch, sitting down, flexing out, comes back and always knocks you out in a fight. And people call that a great fight? Wait, how old was Klitschko? I don't know why people said it was a good fight. But you had Ben and McLennan, great fight. You know, there are other fights that have happened in years gone by. But Froch Groves too. Come on, great fight. But I don't know. I just Razor Ruddock, Lennox Lewis, that night in October 31st, Halloween night, at Earl's Court, the atmosphere was electric. Razor Ruddock was the guy that had given Tyson a great fight, and they thought that Ruddock was going to blow Lennox Lewis away, and Lewis took Ruddock out in style. Now, another thing about Lennox is that there was no ducking and dodging and diving. Lennox would have fought Lewis Ortiz. Lewis would have fought Ortiz. There would have been no ducking and diving and swerving and all this stuff. He would have gone straight for it. So that's what it is. That's what it's about. So those are my thoughts. And you know what? What really gets to me? How you wait. Let me just. This is for me the mindset. This is the mindset between the two fighters, between Wilder and Joshua. Wilder came to the UK with the intentions of watching Joshua fight because he's the WBC champion watching the unified champion. He wanted to come to UK and watch him fight. What does Joshua do? You can't come into the arena. You can't come into the ring. He was commentating. He would have been commentating, and we'd have had the face-off there. You can't come in. But Wilder was coming to the UK to make the fight happen. Wilder came to the UK to make the Fury fight happen. Fury went to America to make the fight happen. Joshua now steps foot in America to do what? Not to meet Deontay Wilder. No. My man's in an arena looking around like this at a basketball game. Scouring, looking to see if Wilder may turn up. You can say it for yourself. Wilder wants to turn up to watch a unified guy fight. The unified champion, another champion fight. Joshua refuses to watch Wilder fight and Fury fight. That's the one belt he needs. You know what his focus is on? Dillian White and Derek Chisora. None of them have been world champions. No disrespect to any of them. None of them have been world champions. Can you defend that? Can you potentially? You can't defend that. It's indefensible. Apart from the fact that, Joshua's with Matchroom and and Fury's with Frank Warren. Well, if you're going to fight Fury, you're going to have to go down that route anyway. You have to with Frank Warren, right? So that's not an excuse. So those are the two ideologies right there for me. One's a money champion, one's a real champion. That's it. And then there's people there that will actually defend this crap. The people that defend this crap. Those people that defend Joshua's actions, are people that are casuals. When you look at the history of heavyweight boxing, you just go back in the history. When Tyson wanted to become undisputed champion, Tyson was in the arena or sitting there watching all these other guys fight. He was there. He was at these big fights. You saw Mike Tyson there. He was there. He was like, no, I'm not going to watch this guy fight. He was there. He was there. Evander Holyfield, when he wanted to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, he was in Tokyo the night Mike Tyson got knocked out by Douglas. And he was there because he is next in line to fight Tyson. And that was the fight. Get past Douglas, super fight. Tyson, Holyfield. Get past Tyson Fury, super fight. Wilder, Joshua. What is the problem? You get great publicity. You get even more ticket sales. What a great way to sell a fight for free. Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You'd rather be sitting there watching Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora in a domestic punch-up. One guy you've already beaten, and another guy that gets beaten every time he's not motivated. I was getting his ass kicked before he landed the big punch on Takam. A guy that you actually didn't do too great against anyway. It's not a good look, boxing fans. It's not a good look. It's not. You can't defend it. And once you hear Hearn talking about Gates and talking about how much Joshua makes, it's all deflecting. I ask him straight, listen, your man should be in America. That makes business sense. But you know what? It's interesting how it's convenient for Khan and Brook to be in the same arena together. They want to make a fight happen, right? That shows you the real intentions of what promoter and fighter think. This is not being disrespectful. This is what I see. Actions speak louder than words. So what Joshua was doing over First Take was just his opportunity to kind of reassert some lost reputation and lost PR. And me, I thought that interview was more damaging than helped. Because really, you didn't call out none of the guys. You said, you insinuated you'd fight them, but never at one point were you certain enough to look down at camera and say to a man, listen, I want to fight you next. Let's make it happen. 50-50, I don't care. I'll take a cut. Let's fight. Is it about money or is it about glory? I mean, you've made lots of money in lots of fights. And if you beat Wilder, and you're sure you're going to beat Wilder, hey, you become undisputed champion, and you can make mega more money after that. And keep selling out stadiums in the UK if you want to. If you really believe you can beat Wilder. The basketballer who's a windmill, he took the Tyson Fury fight on. He took on the Lewis Ortiz fight. He's shown guts. He's shown heart. Oh, he got wobbled by Ortiz. Ortiz is one of the best heavyweights in the world. Top 3, top 4. I don't know. But that's what I'm looking at. That's the kind of way I've looked at it, boxing fans, I'm afraid to say. It's and AJ's not very, people say he's well media trained. He's not well media trained because he didn't even know what camera to look down. We could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. This isn't a knock on AJ. It's just the facts. And I'll leave it as that. Let me hear what people have got to say, because I've said quite a bit there tonight. Let's have one more look at that picture. AJ, in his finest moments, talking to, making up excuses, and with no real intentions of really wanting to fight the two guys there. Anthony's expected to fight Wilder Fury 2 winner. Expected. Who's expecting it? That's the first question. Who's expecting Anthony to fight Wilder Fury 2 winner? You know what? The casuals don't expect it. The casuals just want Joshua to fight. He could fight against any tomato can right? But in 100,000 people will watch it. Well, according to his promoter, anyway. And of course, Wilder's not a big name. He's not the big draw, so you don't need to fight Wilder. So I don't know who's expecting it. Is it Showtime expecting it? Is it First Time's expecting it? Who's expecting it? I didn't like to ask the question. They put this off. Anthony is expected. Not even Joshua. Anthony. They're so familiar with the guy. Anthony. Who's that? Anthony who? Who? Anthony's expected to fight Wilder Fury. Not Joshua, just Anthony. You see, you read between the lines of this stuff. I maybe say, you know what, Ingram, you're thinking about things too deeply. No, I'm not. It's there. And you know, you went to America. What did they call him? Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson, I think, is a UFC fighter. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear me. Just it gets worse. I'm done. Done. That's why you don't see me on here doing all these Anthony Joshua videos, because it's wasting time. Wasting time. Wasting time. Let me hear what people have got to say in the room now. Alan Hurst says, you ask questions to Asgi on my behalf. Your platform is great. For the fans, thank you. Well, hopefully, me and Sixty were talking earlier, and got a show starting soon. Me and Sixty were talking earlier about this live phoning. We're gonna have to get it done. We have to make it happen. Maybe for Christmas, we're gonna happen. Roach won't play second fiddle in the future. He shouldn't have played second fiddle in the first place. Money grab from him. Roach will train with Wilder for the rematch. It will be another plot to the storyline. He will be the rat until Wilder's capped everything. Plus, he loves knockouts, so he will have a plan for Wilder. Shots says, it's a shame though Ben could have learned from him. I think Roach is finished at the highest level as a trainer. Well, I don't. I think Roach's name will carry on for years. Roach wants a Fury job, or he would have kept quiet. Well, maybe. I don't think so. That's not the way you go about getting a Fury job. Mind you, loyalty is not something that I don't know. Let me keep myself quiet, my mouth quiet. Joshua was trying to save face. He doesn't want to fight Wilder at all. Trust me, I don't think so. I totally agree with you there. A few weeks ago, Eddie was saying Wilder had to sign a contract for April before December 1st. Now AJ's saying he wants to fight Wilder in April in London. All these contradictions are sad. It's true. Hamza says, I remember that Lennox was a real champion, not a wannabe celebrity that lets a snake oil salesman sport brat speak for him. Call 2971 says, but if Joshua loses, game over, has only really got Usyk, Fury, Wilder left, but they want White first. Gerald Miller dissed his mum. He needs to address that as soon as possible, Rocky. In a matter of a few months, all the perceived leverage matchroom AJ had has evaporated. AJ is now third tier. Now it's all about Wilder and Fury. That's why AJ are talking so much now. Well, they keep talking, isn't it? That's what happens when you're arrogant. We are boxing. No, you're not. You're accountants. AJ, exactly. AJ didn't feel the need to attend the most important heavyweight match in almost 2 decades, but he'll attend Canelo Fielding and a domestic bout no one cares about. You know what I hope Wilder gets in a plane and ends up in New York. I really hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he does. It seems everything I've said of recent times seems to be coming to fruition. It'd be so funny if Deontay Wilder turned up to the arena. Oh, my God. But he probably got security outside the door stopping him from coming in. Yes. Oh shit. Yes. I'm cool. AJ's commentating on the DAZN tomorrow for Canelo Fielding fight. Wilder's going to roll up in New York. Big Bay Miller is going to be there as well. He's a local anyway. Yeah. See, that's like a triple threat there. The storylines for this is proper WWE. Ryan Goodwin says, boxing beats and rhymes. AJ's biggest defender and fanboy. Well, I can't say that because I haven't heard boxing beats and rhymes. I've got to say. It's all Hearn. What did they say? Wilder doesn't need to happen until 2020. There you go. So they can't keep saying things and backtracking. AJ needs to drop the act about he's not about the hype, it's boring. Hearn is a liar. He's born a born liar, serial liar, world-class PhD in lying. No way does he want Wilder in April. It's just a con. People are watching. I know. Of course it's a con. Of course it's a bloody con. Everyone knows it's a con now. AJ and her will want no part of Fury either. No, they won't. Usyk will be fit for that in 2020. Okay, cool stuff. Right. Rocky Fielding, Canelo tomorrow night. That is a lamb to slaughter, really. If Rocky Fielding were to land the big punch and knock Canelo out, woo-hoo-hoo! I don't think it's going to happen now. I think it's class. And Canelo's got the class there. Once he gets inside, once Rocky makes a mistake, leaves his chin exposed, that's good night. But we'll see. We'll see. I can see some bad body shots being ripped in tomorrow night. Right. I have a show. Well, I haven't got a show. I've got a show I need to monitor over on BWTM. Join us at 8:30 tonight with Dr. Atia Jones, who will be talking about limiting belief systems, how you can overcome having limiting belief systems over on BWTM for our health and lifestyle, the final episode of our Masters of the Universe Health and Lifestyle series, helping you to find your full potential in life. So check that out. Before I finish, once again, if you haven't already seen it, the BWTM Cup of Success has arrived. Get your orders in now for the BWTM Cup of Success. The link is in the description box for the BWTM Cup of Success. Not only that, there's a BWTM mobile casing for Samsung phones, iPhones. So check it out as well. This has been BWTM Sports. I really hope that you have enjoyed the show. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell the cat, tell the dog, tell everybody. This is it from BWTM. Thank you so much. Don't forget, check out again Round for Round Boxing. We are out of here. Take care and have a good one. Remember, Derek James said he wants to train Deontay Wilder. Check out that interview on BWTM right now. Take care.